Okay guys, a lot of you would have seen this on my Twitter account, telling you or showing you a move down from here to here for an A wave, possible B wave, could go more sideways like that, then a C, and then finally Bitcoin moons, right? From a price action point of view, this would make a lot of sense to me, where in a non-log scale you can see that BTC had a move up here, and now we are merely coming back to base, which is in this zone here. We can refine it a bit more there, and then price moves away. So price came up, returned to base, and then moves away further. Now let's explain how or what the options are for BTC to come back into this, and why and how it can. Okay, we'll go to log scale for that, because Elliott wave, especially on a high time frame, should be used on log scale. Now I'm using my mono wave indicator as well, just to clear the waves up slightly, and you can see that the mono wave indicator has put in what would look like a 1 and a 2 here. Let's just get that in red, make it a bit bigger, and then what looks to be the making of a 3 or a completed 3 here, and this is going to be the 4th, and I'll get to why I don't like that for the immediate bullish case here. So I actually prefer that the wave 3 finishes off here, so this is around 14.5k, pumps back up here to 24-25 in here, and then starts to go down here for the 5th. Then we get a big move up back to base here, which is the base here, and then we finally flush down there before moving up, right? So that's the ideal ABC count, where we have a 1, 2, the 3 finishes off here, so we're still in the 3rd wave. We get a 4th wave here, a 5th, pump up for a B, and then the B could obviously go more sideways, and then a C, then we go up, right? So that's the 1 count. Now let's say that the wave 3 finished here, right? If the wave 3 finished here, and we take a quick fib from here, so this is wave 1, this is wave 2, you can see the wave 3 is a 1.236, so acceptable as a wave 3 in terms of the fact that it's bigger than or larger than wave 1. Not an ideal fib for a wave 3 at the 1.236. You either want to see 1 or 1.618 to 2618. So not the ideal wave 3 there. That is also one of the reasons why I'd like to see the mono wave put in that wave 3 there. So this will end up looking like this coming down, finish off here, then come up for the wave 4, and then for the 5 here before moving up for a B, and then finally a C, right? Now let's play devil's advocate and say that the wave 3 actually finished here, right? And this was a 4th. Sorry about that. So let's say this was the 1, this was the 2, this was the 3, this was the 4, which means that we never had any extended waves. We'll get rid of all of this, which means that neither wave 1 nor wave 4, wave 3 extended. That means wave 5 should be equal to wave 1 plus wave 3 projected from wave 4, and either 61.8% or a 100%, ideally 100% extension. That puts us at 6.5, right? So that means that this move is going to bring us down here, 6.5k from there. Now in order for that to get to 6.5k, it would mean that wave 5 would also have to subdivide into 5 waves, since neither wave 1 nor wave 3 subdivided. So this would give us one extended wave, which is the wave 5. Wave 3 is larger than wave 1. We've seen that. We've checked the fib there. Wave 3 is 1.236 of wave 1. Wave 4 is slightly shorter than 2, but 2 was a bit longer. Wave 4 is 30% or 33% of wave 3, so that's acceptable for wave this as a wave 4 to be in the same degree as that as a wave 3. So there's some alternation here and here. And let's just have a quick look at wave 2. This is a wave 2 was just over the 50%, so that's acceptable, right? So devil's advocate, we are putting in a fifth wave that would subdivide into 5 waves using a bit of channeling. Let's see, where's the channel here? Where did you go? Here, right. Which means we project from wave 2 to wave 4 and project it from the end of wave 3, which means that we would get 5, let's just put it more that way there, we would get 5 waves coming in here now. So we could call this the start of wave 1, which would have to break the low of wave 3 for us to regard that as the completion of 4 and the starting of a 5th or the next wave down. Just give me a second, guys. Right here, which means that this is putting in a wave 1 of the 5th wave here, right? We come here, we get some sideways action consolidating here, maybe back to the trend line, and then we push in a 3rd wave there. We get some sideways action again, and the 4th, and then the 5th here, and then we bounce, right? Once we get that break of structure there, right? So we get some break of structure here. Any pullbacks would be for buying, and we were looking for price to move away, right? So that is a wave, as a 5 wave move to the downside. So we'll be looking for 5 waves here. Now this as 5 waves, what could it possibly be in this case, right? Why would it be 5 here? It could be 2 things. In a bearish case, it would be an A, and then we come up for the B, and then we go down for a massive C, right? That's the very bearish case, seeing as there's trend line liquidity lying here. There's money there, right? So eventually this would be some sort of inducement, thinking people into believing that these lows are safe. We start to get bullish as BTC moves away here, and finally something happens at whatever point this is to run BTC below these lows here, right? Alternately, not a fan of it. This could be a flat correction here, where we have an A, a B, and a C, and then we move from here. We'd want to be buying BTC around this area here, seeing it's in as it would be in a previous demand zone or order block there. So buying BTC here is a good option, right? It's a good choice. It's the thing to do, and we'll see what happens as it comes back to base here, whether it's going to be a B wave and then we get a C, or whether we test the support and we move away, right? So that's the bullish case for BTC. We move away from here, and this becomes an ABC flat correction there. We can get into more of the counts later on, but like I said, this is if BTC starts to speed up here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If not, then we stick to BTC just putting in a wave 3 here at around 14.5. Then the wave 4 that comes back to take the liquidity, and then the wave 5 comes to about 12k, and then we move away, right? So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we do A, B, C for a B wave. So we'll get an A here, we'll get a B here, and then we go C here, and then BTC moves away, right? If that's an ABC, where does that fit into the equation? Well, that can fit into the equation if this was a W here, this is an X here, and this is a Y here, right? So either way, again, like I said, buying BTC around this level is the play to make, regardless of whether you think it's going to stop here and go further down, or whether you expect it to moon from here. Unless we start to break these lows here and here, I wouldn't be too bearish on the entire structure here, even though it would sort of look like a head and shoulders here, right? I wouldn't be too bearish, because the ideal play, or the play to make, is when BTC comes back to these lows here, you buy them and hope for the next leg up, right? So that's the accounts that I'm looking at for now. Bearish on BTC, looking for it to come to about 14.5k. In a worst case scenario, it goes lower, and we've already put in a third wave. This becomes the fourth wave that we've put in already, and then we get a bearish fifth wave that comes right down here, which, like I said, would equal to the length of wave 1 plus wave 3 projected from 4. So that puts us down at about 6.2k, right? So, and it has to be sort of in 5 waves. That's the counts that I'm moving with here for now. BTC coming back, you can see there's a breaker here, right? So this is going to be so this is going to be show some resistance if we ever get back to it. There is a fair value gap setting up in here as well. It's setting there, so we could tap that and go lower. Ideally, we want to clear these highs here. So you want to come here and then clear these highs, and then we know we are in business for real, right? So this would be confirmation that we are actually going higher if BTC starts to break there. And then obviously we have a little bit of a demand zone here, right there, and that was actually our first target for the fifth wave that we had here before any bounce. So look for something here like this. Third's about to come in, fourth not in yet, and then the fifth. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we bounce up here, see what happens here, and either go back down or maybe we go higher. Right now we'll play it by structure from a price action point of view, and until we start breaking structure and heading higher, there's no need for me or any one of us to think that BTC is bullish or is bullish here. This is sort of a middle of nowhere here, no man's land here. If you look on a slightly higher time frame, if I just zoom out a bit, you can see that this is it has been a pretty thin move here, right? So we've stopped here in a fair value gap, but I think we should come back down here, if not lower, down here before we move up much further. Tomorrow we can do a live stream and go through any of the other wave counts for BTC. And remember, I am going to be putting all of this into a book, which is a mixture of classical Elliott wave theory and Neowave theory, which uses my custom-made one-of-a-kind mono-wave indicator, which plots the waves. And that should give everyone some clear definitions and guidelines as to what a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be, what an ABC should be, what a triangle should be, and some of the other patterns like a neutral triangle, diametrics, WXYs or ABCX, ABC. All of that will be put together in a book that hopefully I can get done in the next 2 to 3 months, and that will incorporate price action. So it would be wave theory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, but incorporating price action as well, right? So we're going to use price action as a way to confirm our counts, which means if I expected this to be a 1 2, then or an AB, then I expect a C or a 3 4 5, right? Or just an ABC. But if this starts to would have broken up here now, or even higher here, higher than this, which means it's making higher highs and higher lows here, that means that would have been a bit more bullish. And then especially if we get back up here and further, BTC would have been more bullish. That would have been better confirmation for our counts that this is not a 1 2 or an ABC. This is something else, right? So we're going to use price action, and with the price action, it's going to be obviously your supply and demand zones, or your order blocks, fair value gaps, mitigation blocks, inducement, all of that, right? We're going to use all of that to confirm our wave counts, and we'll take it from there. For now, until BTC can get back above here without going below here, this is not bullish at all, and expect more downside. And then the next stop would obviously for me be around 14.5k. I think there's a fair value gap. There, especially it's a target for a wave 3 extension, and that wave 3 extension was this. Let me show it to you quickly. So this was wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 extension at the 1618. Let's just neaten that up there. Right, 14.5k. So it means 1 2 3, and then we put in the fourth, and then a fifth. Now remember, in wave theory, the major fourth tends to go to the previous wave 4 of a lower degree, right? I'm not too interested in what the candlesticks are doing here, because you can see the structure. This looks like a 1 2 3 4 5 already put in here, or it just could be a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5 3 4 5. We don't know yet, but I'm not interested in that. I'm only interested in the mono waves and the higher time frame and how that's showing the wave. So for now, the waves 1.618 target for the wave 3 would be 1 2 14.5k. Come back here, take some liquidity in here, right? So this created inducement here, which means everyone is expecting this zone to be hit. It didn't. It created some liquidity here. Price moved away and will continue to move away fast. At some point, all of this will be taken. We're not sure when, but we want to see some bullish price action. So if this did this and came back up here without breaking or closing above here, that would still not be bullish until it breaks down here and starts to do that, right? So something like this would be bullish for me, and we'd buy here to play that up there. Right, so tomorrow I'll post on my Twitter. We'll do a live stream. This was just my first video back on my new YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys can subscribe and share this. And from tomorrow onwards, we will try and do a video every day, every second day. I'll be guided by you guys on what you are looking for. We'll try and track BTC and as well as NAS and the S&P 500. That's it for now. I've been short since 23k. My stops are now sitting above here, because I know if price gets back above here, that would be for me a break of structure. Then I'd be looking for longs down here, right, to take up there. So let's see what BTC does. I do suspect that it breaks down further in the this week. We'll start to track it every day and take it from there. Alright guys, thank you if you have watched this video, I thank you kindly. Please like and share on Twitter, subscribe on my YouTube channel, and I want to get back into doing this more often. That's it. Thanks, guys.